Hello everyone, this is Ludwig Kietzmann. I'm joined by Matos.
Hello.
Today we're looking at Lost Planet 3, a new third-person science fiction shooter set on a frigid, icy planet. Wait a minute, I don't think this is the correct footage, Zav.
Oh, wait, let me fix it.
There we go.
So Lost Planet 3 from Capcom and developer Spark Unlimited, makers of such fine titles like Turning Point, Fall of Liberty. It's coming out in August for the PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. And it's actually a prequel to the original Lost Planet games.
That's right, it is the non-thrilling prequel to the original Lost Planet. It is more character-driven this time, or at least more sensibly written, I would say. It stars Jim Payton, who is sort of a relatable, down-to-earth character, despite the fact that he's not on Earth. He's essentially a low-level employee, ripped from his family, sent to this remote planet by a corporation that is trying to find energy, thermal energy in this case, because in the future, Earth is really hard up for energy of any kind. In order to do this, he is equipped with a mech which helps him survive the really hostile climate on this planet. Now, when I said that the game is more character-driven, what I really meant was you spend a lot of time as the character driving.
Are they just transportation devices, or do you use them in combat as well?
Well, his mech has a couple of uses. It is used as a transportation device until you unlock a quick travel option, which is very helpful because a mech isn't exactly the quickest form of transportation. But it also allows you to repair various plot-centric devices throughout the story, and it allows you to fight gigantic monsters, which I think is what most people are signing up for.
So what happens when your mech gets destroyed? Do you just freeze to death, or do monsters come and eat your face off?
This is one of the things that disappoints me about the game. When your mech is severely damaged, you get ejected from it, and then you're on foot, and you have to fight off the monsters with traditional weapons. The disappointing part is that the mech does indeed repair itself, so it's really just a waiting game, and it doesn't feel like there is a lot of consequence for mistreating your prized property. You also can't freeze to death because thermal energy no longer counts down to signify your imminent death. It is now a currency that you obtain by killing enemies. So there's really no danger from the environment anymore, which I think undermines the survival aspect of the game.
Other than what I assume is using thermal energy to purchase chrome spinners for your mech, what other purpose does the currency serve?
You're using this currency to upgrade your weapons and your mech, and when you upgrade your mech and give it additional abilities, you are able to gain access to different parts of the planet. So it's a lot like Arkham Asylum in the sense that your gadgets enable you to reach different places and unlock different story missions.
I imagine a lot of the game's action will take place outside of Lost Planet 3's giant mecha. So how did you feel about the gunplay?
As with the original Lost Planet, it's about running around and shooting enemies in their very obvious glowy weak points until they die. There are some minor cover elements now, but you're still essentially just running around in a third-person shooter with assault rifles and shotguns. There's also a grappling hook as before, but now it only works on predetermined points, provided there are plenty of those, but you really have to keep an eye out for them.
It sounds like a lot of the unique elements that were in the original games have been pulled out. And Lost Planet 3 has been delayed a few times, and it's coming out in August. You've spent a few hours with it. How does the shift from a Japanese developer to now a Western developer change things up?
I think the most obvious change is in terms of the texture and tone of the story, which is filled with more relatable characters. However, the game no longer feels as fluid as it used to. I think it feels a lot more monotonous and stilted because of the split between on-foot gameplay and mecha gameplay. Even if you just look at the way the story treats mechs, they're seen as tools. They're called rigs. The characters are not soldiers, but workers in extreme conditions. That alone is remarkable for the genre, but mechanically I think it's still a monotonous shooter du jour. He's essentially an employee with extreme hazard pay sent to this remote planet by a corporation that is trying to find energy, thermal energy in this case. I'm not really sure why you would go to a frigid planet for thermal energy. It seems like a bad idea. I just realized that, actually.